Good day everyone and welcome to a let's play of Thomas Was Alone. This is a very fun little puzzle platformer game which is very simplistic in its design but manages to make something so simple in something with so much feeling. It's really hard to explain. I'm going to actually start a new game and I'm going to show you guys what I mean. So just watch this intro and kind of try to understand what I mean.
Thomas was alone. Wow, a weird first thought to have.
So as you can see, I am Thomas, this little red rectangle, and that's all I am. My entire player is that, and I could just move around and get to this point right here, that border, and that's the whole point of the game. But the way the game is made, the music and everything,
Thomas decided to start listing his observations for posterity. 1. The whole alone thing. 2. Portals. They led somewhere. He'd yet to work out where. 3. Falling. Thomas was absolutely fantastic at falling. He was almost as good at falling as he was at observing.
so you could see the narration gives this game some sort of a feeling, some sort of depth, where like our character is a square. There's nothing about a personality or anything, but through narration this story is giving this character some depth, and I really like the way they're doing that.
Okay, interesting. Thomas couldn't fall past this block. Think, damn it, think. What if there was some kind of inverted fall? Some way to... what's the word? Jump.
You could see how the text it kind of modifies itself to fit the screen, and you know, it looks amazing. I really like how it appears.
It worked! Thomas had solved the great inverted fall mystery.
And there's a lot of little comedy things like that that make this game so great.
A big jump. But Thomas noted there was no real danger in missing it. The world didn't want him to fail here. It was pushing him, but gently.
So the narrator brings in all these key aspects of the game. So it's a big jump, but there's nothing risky about it. If I fall, I could just go back and try to make it again. See, I didn't make it, so I could go back up, try to make it.
This all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted. It was unstable, and it seemed to Thomas that it could let him down at... Thomas wondered whether the portals were actually taking him anywhere. He felt like he was making progress, but there wasn't really any way to know. He seemed to be moving predominantly up and to the right, which might or might not be important.
So see, the narration itself just pointed out many parts of the game, the way it's working and so on.
Thomas had a new theory. The world was training him. He could feel himself getting smarter. There was the mental list to consider. Over the minutes and seconds since his spontaneous generation, he'd become a pretty skilled jumper. He was evolving. He just wished he had someone to share it with.
As you can see, the narrator just cute, the idea of Thomas being alone, needing somebody to share his experience with. I love these little quotes that they're putting in. And the whole idea.
Chris took an immediate and deep dislike to the skinny red rectangle. Who the hell did this Thomas think he was?
So now you can see there are two characters, not just Thomas. Now there's Christopher, and the idea behind that is now they have different skills. For example, Thomas is really good at jumping, Christopher not so much. See, so the idea is that you need to, as the game progresses, it gets more complex and the puzzles become more difficult.
Chris had been doing fine. He wasn't the highest jumper, but he'd held his own. He'd even been graceful at times. Well, not technically graceful. It's probably the wrong word, but you know, fine. There was that skinny little runt leaping about like he owned the place.
So as you can see, Christopher can't make this jump, so I have to switch characters to Thomas. Move forward in this way. Yeah, the map randomly changing is really tough. So once I bring Thomas here, I can switch to the next person, or Christopher, and then bring him down. So this story continues to throw in the different little characters, each time showing you a different mechanic of the game. Oops, good thing with the checkpoint. There. This is going to be really tough. Let's see what's going on.
Okay, this was more like it. A glowy white thing. Only Chris could get to it, which of course made it all the more enticing. What would it do? What new opportunity might this switch open up to him?
Alright, so as you can see, in this case, that little button be pressed by Thomas because he is too tall. So Christopher is the perfect person for that case. But as you can see, these jumps cannot be made by Christopher, so Thomas has to come in and assist Christopher in the jumps. A little bit more complicated in that way. You have to keep on switching between the characters.
Great. Another chance for Thomas to jump slightly higher than Chris. How fortunate. Seriously, this made the whole switch pressing thing entirely worthwhile.
Oops. And
John knew. He knew that this was his chance. A moment to shine. This was game day.
okay, so now we have a John. I'm actually not sure how to do this part. It's surprising. Because when you have somebody on top of you, you can't jump. So I wonder if it's okay just to have like part of it in this in the portal, or if it has to be. Or maybe just having like half balancing on top and then. Oh, that's probably how you do it. Right? There. See, that one actually confused me. So this is actually a pretty good puzzle game.
Would not do. John needed room to show off his exceptional skills. As it was, he was trapped on the wrong side of these little dot things.
Much
Where did they
more,
come from anyway?
much taller, and he could jump higher. In this case, there's not enough room for them to pass each other, so go first so that these two can pass him. And there we go. So in a game like this, you shouldn't really go off too far ahead, because very likely you're not gonna need.
And it smelled of awesome.
Very likely you're gonna need some help. So.
Time to flex those muscles, to put his training to use, time to show those little dots how it was done. John decided to press the switch to let the little dots catch up with him. John cared for his new allies. You could tell from the sympathetic expression he practiced in the mirror all these years.
So having to switch players makes it a bit more challenging to play, but at the same time it makes the game, gives the game so much more depth. Right, let's go. So comments here. Alright, Christopher is good. Let's bring John do this. And I think here Thomas is gonna need John to go over this. I don't think he can make a jump together. And finally John can come over and join the team. So as you guys can see, this game is very well thought out, very nicely planned, very beautiful in its design, very simplistic, but at the same time has a lot of depth through the narration, through the music, through the actual physics of the game itself. I highly check this game out. It's one of my personal favorites, especially in terms of platforming. As usual guys, please remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and check out our other videos. As always, please share with your friends. Until next time guys, peace.